Richard and I knew that the option for us to have family, we needed to be in some type of fertility program, and so we obviously were down that path in New York City, some of the best hospitals and doctors that would be available. And as we started out on that journey, we had quite a few failures, not only with treatment, but things outside of the treatment that would make a difference. And it was a little slow going, it was really challenging, and we had got very far along in our pregnancy, and after that one failed, we went back to the doctor and said, you know, what's next? And her response was, well, we just keep trying. And nothing new was done, nothing different was done, no investigation was done. And meanwhile, even though my own personal clock was going, there was some comment that your biological clock was okay, but we don't want to continue to wait. And the level of service, we felt like we were just a number.
Yeah. I mean, being from Europe, Denmark, with a healthcare system that is free, coming to the United States where the healthcare system is good when you can afford it. If you have healthcare insurance, we both have, but still experiencing just being a number, kind of like sitting in a room with, I don't know, 20 women sometimes, just being kind of a number, and never really take into consideration my side. Like, I just deliver, but was it good enough, right? Does it work? Mm-hmm. So after, one fail that was early, and then the second one that was hard blow for us because it happened, it happened close to 3 months, mm-hmm. very close. Especially the doctor saying, just try again. And I knew that, having a high ovarian, reserve, that just wasn't enough for us. We had to know something more. Yeah. And that was frustrating, and we made the decision that we need to look at other options. Yeah. And I think that you were on it very early.
Well, and I had started researching even before we met. I have a science background, and I like to know answers, and I like not only medicine and biology, but also the care and service is such a big part of it. And when you're going through a clinic and you feel like you're sitting there and there's, as Richard said, so many other people and couples going through the same thing, it becomes a really challenging environment to be in, and it becomes very stressful, and it can overtake so much of what you do on your daily life. And so I thought there has to be better options. And because I had traveled to Europe a lot, I was comfortable starting to do some research. And so, nothing beats a few long nights and weekends and hours doing some research. And that in itself can be overwhelming. There are all sorts of baby chats and baby forums and fertility this and fertility that. And to the average person, I don't wish that on anybody. I mean, I think there's far more exciting things to do with spare time rather than to be combing through all sorts of personal experiences that may not even relate to you. And in my searching, I came across Fertility Road Magazine, and that was really great because it seemed to be more of an authority, or something more credible than some other testimonials and things that I had come across. And so it was really nice to be able to read some different articles and hear some different stories. And then I had actually read about the opportunity with Fertility Road Magazine a year before. I think it was the first year. And then it just coincided with us moving forward. And so...
And I think I actually pushed you a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I think I said,
yeah.
Looking at the history of the charts and the numbers of X, and we had everything in organized, and looked at it like, this is insane, this is crazy, this is a good story, kind of like good story in a way that other people must be going through the same thing. I mean, some people might be going through the same frustration, right? And I think we probably would be a good candidate for this. Why not try it? Let's try and do it, right?
And I would never claim that our story is, any more special.
No.
or more. Everyone's story is special, and everyone's story is equally as challenging, whether you've had 6 losses or 1 loss, mm-hmm. or no matter where you are on your journey. And so when I was able to tell the story, it was actually, IVF Spain was actually my first choice all along. And of course, the researcher in me wanted to check out all options. And so I created an Excel spreadsheet. And I had an Excel spreadsheet that listed out all the clinics down one side and all of the different treatment options along the other side. And I would say yes or no, did they have it, and what is the costing against that, and try to do a comparative analysis. And I actually kept coming back to IVF Spain, which was really interesting.
We kind of knew from the treatments in the US that the technology was available, but due to regulations in the US, they can't use them. And I'm sure that's frustrating to some doctors, but they just don't say that there are other options. We know of this. So we kind of found out ourselves that there are all these different tests you can do to make sure that things are optimized. And that was some of the things that were intriguing with Europe, different clinics in Europe, but narrowed it down very quickly to clinics in Spain. And definitely IVF Spain came out high, but we still had another one that we wanted to look at.
Yeah. But in the
but we
end,
didn't.
but we wanted to be in, no, we wanted to be in Spain because I started to go on Google Maps, and I started to see where some of these clinics were located. And I thought, why would we want to be in an industrial area in the middle of nowhere, trying to do something really special and important? I would say that the environment here in Alicante and in Spain is far more conducive to what we want to accomplish, not being in the middle of nowhere in a foreign country where, I could be wrong, but I don't think people smile as much.
No, I always said that, I've been in Spain many times, but climate is amazing, of course. It's one of the preferred holiday destinations for Danish people because, our winter is long and dark, so we fly down to Spain or Italy. So it's a preferred destination, right? But we thought that, going through this again, we would like it also not to be a stressful thing, because I'm sure some people are more stressed than we are, because we feel ourselves that we're pretty relaxed about it, and we want to be in a place and an environment that also felt appealing and nice and calm. And I can only say that it's been super cool and it's been nice. People are very friendly, nice. Food is amazing. It actually took a lot away from what we're going through. Such an important thing we're going through. Yeah. But being able to invite our family down, and they were our cheerleaders.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
I think that's an important decision, for anybody that might be thinking about it, is what's the environment that you have to live in? And we want to be the best patients we can be. And when IVF Spain said, can you be here for the initial appointment? I think that we dedicated the time. We came for a few days, enjoyed the sun, maybe some wine, and to come back for the 15 days that we did was really important. But what was more important was that we were in the right environment. Great food, great people, sun, and then we feel like we have a normal life here for a window of time to do something very important.